Hello, everyone from Akasa Living. I want to talk to you today about something called quantum entanglement. And I want to try not to get quantumly entangled in a lot of other topics. I want to try to stick to quantum entanglement. And even in that, I want to try to stay shallow and basic. I want to stick to the how to, the everyday real world practicality of it, not the science behind it, not the deep conversations that we could get into about it. It's not going to be easy for me to do. Those of you who know me know that I'm going to want to delve into why we're even going there and really get into the whole crux of it. But that's not the intended scope of this video. So for those of you who do follow me, my going to quantum entanglement won't be a surprise. For those of you who don't, if you go to my YouTube channel, you will find all sorts of videos leading up to my talking about quantum entanglement. If you have been following me, then you know that I believe that we are whole and complete light beings, and that in order for our chakra system to work properly so that we get the full transmission of energy of the highest vibrational frequency, our highest level of consciousness, which is meant to be expressed through our physicality, so that we have the highest and best experience, so that we feel, be, and experience the highest vibrational experience that we can here in the earth plane of existence, we have to have an activated and healthy chakra system, free of the trauma, drama, blame, shames, woulda, coulda, shouldas that get stuck, and the societal programming, and all of those things that have kept us from being able to all channel the full, undistorted transmission of the highest frequency or the highest level of conscious awareness that we each can attain as one whole complete light being. And that also we have not even been aware of this, that we have been taught that we are a physical being in which an energetic being comes down into or morphs with or some combination thereof, and we behave separately. And there's just not even so. And I know this is not the scope of this video, but quantum entanglement is exactly what all of this is about. You see, conscious energy takes its molecules and entangles them in physicality, in a denser form, so that we can then, in this density, take that transmission and take the energy, go forward on that timeline and entangle the energy in stories to further expand consciousness according to the highest vibrational frequency or the highest level of conscious awareness of each individual light being, which we are. And each individual light being that we are is an individual expression from pure source energy, so that pure source energy can experience itself in multiple ways through new eyes of itself, through our density. All right. So it has to follow universal law. But then when it gets to our density, well, that's kind of the art of it. Once it comes being expressed out through the density of us, we keep it in the bandwidth of love. And then we don't get down into the density we've been in. And it's safe. Its parameters are safe. And we won't have the issues we've been having. But within that safety zone, who knows what we're going to come up with. So that is why whatever we have, it seems like knowledge has been coming so quickly. Well, it has, because we've been going up in levels of conscious awareness, and this has been happening. And as we go up in levels of conscious awareness, we have been allowing this to happen faster and faster. We've had less blockages and restrictions, trauma, drama, blame, shames, woulda, coulda, shouldas, less societal programming impeding us So we've been expanding consciousness faster. Consciousness expanded means knowledge. We've been learning more, experiencing more, expanding what we know and accept. We've been doing new things. So what we knew yesterday, accepted as this is how it is. Well, we've gone in the test kitchen, we put things together a different way, and we decided, we made chocolate that way yesterday. We made it this way today. It's better. So the conscious collective then gets the hit. Chocolate's better this way. And we get new information. So the consciousness, the collective consciousness, then thinks differently. And so a channel may tell you one thing one day, 2 days later, 3 days later, 2 hours later, come back and say, this is how we do it. And they didn't lie to you. But the information has literally changed because the information has changed because we have expanded consciousness beyond where we were. You see, we have re-entangled the energy. We pulled it from where it was and consciously went forward for our best and highest good at the highest level of conscious awareness we were, discovered a new and better way, adopted that new and better way, sent that information out through the conscious collective, and we're all going in that direction. That is what quantum entanglement is. That is why I say that healing is progressing, and that this former way of doing things, which was top of the line when we started, talk therapy, is not the way to do it now. Our trauma, drama, blame, shames, woulda, coulda, shouldas, the things that have been stuck in our energy channel, we don't talk them to death anymore. That just takes us back through that energy and keeps us in a loop and keeps us stuck there. Our thinking mind just keeps playing it over and over and over. And our energy never moves forward. It goes forward and never expands consciousness. We forgive everything because none of us knew this is how it worked. We weren't high vibrational enough, and none of us knew. So we've all been doing it a different way. So forgive everyone, everything. That doesn't mean you let them into your energetic field. It doesn't mean if they're still behaving in a way that is not resonant with you, and that is maybe even harmful to you. Whatever the issue is, you don't let them into your energetic bandwidth to pull you out of frequency, but you still forgive it. Forgive may be the wrong word. You still accept and acknowledge their sovereignty of self to be in that frequency. You don't have to agree with their frequency, but you don't let the frequency they're in keep your energy and act on it, nor do you allow your energy to stay there and try to act on theirs. We have in the past acted on one another's energy, trying to change the level of conscious awareness of one another, trying to put each other in boxes and roles. And that is not our job. Universal law is that we're to be in frequency and attract in like energies. I'm not to act on that energy to get it to stay in flow with me. I'm to be the energy I am, and resonant energies are to come in and we're to be in flow together. So if an energy comes in and I find that it is no longer in flow with me, and I say, okay, this doesn't resonate anymore, but this energy insists, oh, no, we belong together. We belong together. And I'm like, no, it doesn't resonate with me anymore. We both can't be right. This energy is caught up with trauma, drama, blame, shames, woulda, coulda, shoulda, or societal programming, or something else that has it caught in the limited belief that we are not sovereign of self and cannot make the decision to not stay in relationship because of what it's going to look like, what people are going to think, or whatever. Whereas I know it doesn't flow, so it has to go. Doesn't mean we never speak again, doesn't mean we have to be enemies, doesn't mean it has to be ugly. It could be that it's time for me to leave a job. Could mean that it's time for me to move across the country, even though my family doesn't want me to. Could mean lots of things. But relationships change. or perhaps they're never even meant to be because they were never in flow to begin with. But we thought we were supposed to or had to because somebody else told us to, or that's what people like us did, or that's all people like us were allowed to do. None of those things apply. They're simply our highest vibrational part of us is aware of what pure source energy has sent as a hit, an intuitive hit of this is available. I would like to express consciousness this way. And these are other resonant energies are out there. These are timelines that are available. And those timelines get communicated to your heart space. The white light within you, the light being that you are, resonates out to you. We could do this, we could do this, we could do this. You get lit up with it. You feel those things. Then you be them. You get in those frequencies. Then you experience them. Then you send feedback because the non-physical you couldn't feel any of it. But the physical you did in density. So it was unpredictable how it was going to turn out. But you were in the bandwidth of love, so it was safe. You didn't get into real dense energies again. And you said, yeah, it was pretty good chocolate, but we've made it better before. And it's like, oh, okay. So that expansion of consciousness information is taken back up. It's considered, and something else comes down. And so consciousness is expanded in other ways. This is what we're here to do. And this expansion of consciousness, these new experiences, this is where we pull our energy from one thing, we untangle it, and we quantumly, we make the choice to energetically entangle it in a different way again. We take the same energy, we pull it from one situation that's no longer resonant, that we do not want to be in anymore. The trauma, drama, blame, shames, woulda, coulda, shouldas, we let it go. We pull our energy. We go forward, the highest level of conscious awareness that there is. We go forward with that energy, expanding conscious awareness in a beautiful way. That is our job. That's what we're here to do. And these are beautiful stories that we're living out. Every life is one of these beautiful stories. And you, this one whole complete light being, gets to write your story, your life, your way, this one whole complete light being. Working in oneness, and then in oneness with pure source energy. Synergistically, in frequency, vibrating out harmoniously with everyone else. Everyone gets to have, is entitled to, this high vibrational, beautiful existence. This quantum entanglement. So what we do in the practicality of it is we decide based on the hit, the intuitive hits we're getting in our heart space, our light being, our highest vibrational part of ourselves is giving us in our heart space. Oh, yeah, that feels good. Let's do that. Yeah, those things that light you up, don't second guess it. You're meant to do it. Wow, that's my person. That's your person. That's my person. When I get this done, this done, this done, this done. No, by then energy's done moved. This won't be your person then. Energy keeps moving. Whoa, that's my job. I just got to do this, 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 and this, and this, and this, and then I better do that. And after I do that, then that can be my job. No, somebody else will have it. Energy doesn't wait. Energy keeps moving. The world keeps turning. Everyone else is waiting for the flow because they're moving on with theirs. They're coming up in frequency. They're getting in flow. So if you don't get in flow, it's going to go. That's your person. Get your person. That's your job. Get your job. That's your idea. Run with it. And don't wait. Now, the thinking mind will tell you, last time we just jumped out and did something, you know what happened? We were in a different level of consciousness then. We did it all differently. We did it from down here thinking that we knew how to do it. We'd never done it before. We'd never done anything like that before. And we kept telling us, oh my God, we don't know what we're doing. We can't do this. You're right, we can't. Because it's coming from here. And we were blocking it every step of the way, saying, oh my God, we can't do this. We don't know what we're doing. This is going to fail. We're going to fall on our face. We need a contingency plan. And that contingency plan, that fragmented our energy. So then we had half the energy coming for that and half the energy. We fragmented it. Yeah, you're right. It failed. Because if you think you can, you can. And if you think you can't, you're right. You're right either way. So we truly do create our realities, because we quantum entangle all of our energy, which is simply molecules. We pull them to ourselves, we quantum entangle them, and then either we make the conscious choice to keep pulling the energy into that, so we keep putting the energy out for it, or we allow society and ourselves and our trauma, drama, blame, shames, woulda, coulda, shouldas, et cetera, to pull us out of what we created, or we keep the energy there and we go ahead and we have it. Either we fragment it and we don't get it, or we refuse to fragment it and we do. Now, I mentioned relationships. We cannot act on someone else's energy. That is, we don't get to take things away from others. We don't get to hurt others. We don't act on other people's energy. But if you are attracted to someone, they are attracted to you. That doesn't mean that you're going to get that person. They're sovereign of themselves. But it does mean if you're going to act on it, you act on it then. It does mean you get in frequency and put the energy out that you're open to that relationship. Now, how do we do that? Well, I'm ready for a relationship. I want it to feel this way. You write the end of it. First, you write your details of it. The details of the role. In my role, I'm like this. This is who I am. I know it. I'm a romantic. I'm this, I'm this, I'm this, I'm this, I'm this. I see my person as this. You don't know if this person's that or not, but you think they are. But that's what you're writing. And then I see us doing these things. I see our lives being like this. So you've written out details and you leave it somewhat open-ended. Same as if it's a goal that you're making. We don't set goals, we set objectives. My objective is to have a relationship. I want it to look pretty much like this, be pretty much like this. I'm open to it being a little different, but this is the overall feel of it. If there's something better than this for me and I didn't get the exact transmission, I'm open to that. But this is pretty much what I'm getting. Our higher self understands that. And then we go to the end of the story. How do I feel in this? How does that person talk to me? What do they say to me? What's a conversation we would have? How do they treat me? How do I treat them? How does that person dress? How do I dress? Where would we go? What would other people say about us? What would my sister say? If I heard my sister talking to friends, what would she say? So then you start imagining, because imagination is where we conceive of what we have never done before. It's the dimension of intuition as well. And we make it real there, consciously. We entangle all the molecules for the life we want there. Not right here, like it's happening right now. And then we're like, okay, but it hasn't happened yet. Well, no, it hasn't. And as long as you keep saying that, it's not going to, because you just said it hasn't. You can't do that. You envision it, you feel it, you see it, you embrace it. Yeah, we go dancing. This is what that's like. We walk in and people, I hear people say this, and I see people, they look this way. And he treats me this way. And he does that. Yeah. And then people, oh, they play this song. And when they do, he does this, and the crowd does that. And I feel this way. And da 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 da, and you paint the whole scene, and people come up, you have conversations, and you overhear conversations, and you overhear him having a conversation, and the whole 9 yards. And then you imagine, oh, and when we get home, he's got this surprise waiting for me. And then you paint the whole picture of what that is, the whole 9 yards. And then you go on about your day. And somebody says, that thing that you think you want, that's never going to happen. You better have a contingency plan. Don't listen. One, don't tell a lot of people. Don't tell anybody that's not going to be 100% behind you, because that's going to fragment your energy. And that's going to put you in a loop and cause you to have limited beliefs about it. No limited beliefs. You have to believe totally. Your energy has to be entangled in that. Okay? Just because right here, right now, it's not there yet, it is. The reality at the moment just hasn't caught up with the reality of what's within you. You just sent the molecules out. You just sent them out. They've got to come back to you. And it involves another person. Now, you may have had a person in mind, but you're not entirely sure that that person matches that. So it may be somebody else that they have to bring in that matches that. And you're open to who matches this. What is my best and highest good? So, no, that is my reality. It's here. You don't see it, but I feel it. It's here. You still need a contingency plan. No, I will not fragment my energy with that. Okay, people like us don't have lives like that. We don't dress that way. Guys don't treat us that way. Maybe in your world, they do in mine. I see it. I feel it. It is real. And that person that is talking to you that way, that energy is not resonant with yours. And I don't care if it's your mom, your sister, who it is. That person either comes up to your level of frequency, or you give them less of your energetic bandwidth. You don't share your information with them. You don't spend as much time with them, because they will pull you out of frequency and fragment your energy, and you will not get the life that you are quantumly entangling yourself for. You will not have your highest and best good, your highest and best timeline. You see, nothing changes unless we change. We want a different life. We want a better life. We want health, wealth, abundance, prosperity, and longevity of life. And you don't have it now, then do something different. All those people that you're hanging out with now, it's not the right people. They're not going to be the ones that are going to be attracted to the story that you've just created for here. See the light go up? They're not going to fit them. They're not going to fit. They're not going to be the ones that come in and fit that role. And so you wrote the role. Now, when the people start coming in, you stop writing it. You don't then write their dialogue once they get there, because if they fit the role, the dialogue is spontaneous and you're in flow. You're in flow. Now, if you start getting scared, well, this can't be real, this can't be happening, and you come out of frequency, then this person's not going to know what's going on. And this is going to get confusing and chaotic. And your story's going to start falling apart. You tell a friend, everything's going great. Well, that can't last. What do you mean? Well, people like us, in our world, those things don't last. That's a fluke. That is a fluke. Love isn't like that, Dream jobs don't happen. People like us don't have vacations like that. People like us don't own second homes. People like us don't get to dress and work in jobs like that. People like us don't go places like that. People like us don't have friends like that. And you start getting pulled out of frequency, and guess what? People like you don't. Because they're like, what's going on? This person acted this way. Now they're acting that way. And their energy gets pulled away. Because you fractured your energy. You fragmented it. You changed your frequency. So what you had attracted in, what you quantumly entangled yourself, your story, you just wrote a different version of it and put your energy there. You quantum entangled your energy there as well. So you fragmented it. We do this all the time to ourselves. We're constantly quantum entangling our energy. So, energy management is understanding that we are energy and what that means. It is getting your chakra system in order and keeping it that way. It is making sure that you are with resonant energies and only with resonant energies as much as possible. It is making the decision that I'm going to change my life because my life will not change unless I change it. I'm not going to be with the same people. I'm not going to do the same things. I'm going to do the different things to have a different life, or my life will not be different. If you want a different life, you do things differently. You want a different life, you do it differently. You speak up and you tell the person, this is my idea. What do you think about it? Are you on board? You tell the person that you're involved with, I know you think we can't go forward, but we have to go forward because if we don't move, someone else is going to move on the idea and the energy is going to be passed. And when they say, no, we have to wait, then you say, then I need to move on without you. You can say all these things politely. You can pull your energy. You can pull your energy without never, you don't have to not have a friendship or not have a relationship with that person. But that particular dimension that you have with that person, you pull. And you don't give them the energetic bandwidth of that. No, I want to go to sleep and wake up with someone. You don't want that. So we can be friends, but we're not going to have an intimate relationship because you still want to play the field and all that stuff. And I want a solid, committed relationship that's going forward. And I mean moving forward, not maybe moving forward. And you say what you need to say. Maybe not that bluntly. I'm pretty blunt, actually. But energy doesn't wait. It is energy in motion, emotions. It is moving, and the world is spinning at the same time. And everyone is getting the same timeline opportunities. There's a reason why the telephone was invented by numerous people at the same time. And it just so happened that Alexander Graham Bell's the one that got the credit because people knew about his first. Edison and Tesla and their battle over electricity and light bulbs and all of that stuff at the same time. The collective consciousness, the expansion of knowledge, it all happens at the same time. We all get the information at the same time. Who runs with it? My son very nearly won a Nobel Prize. But the people at the university he was at, he kept telling them, I can purify this protein. This needs to be my project. This needs to be my project. This needs to be my project. No, they've been trying for 40 years. Can't be done, can't be done, can't be done. Finally, he said, you know what? I'm doing it. So he did it. And he went to write the paper, and somebody on the other side of the world published the paper. Had he started when he told them he could do it, instead of listening to them tell them, no, you can't do it, would have been him because he did it. But he was told no. And they were the authority. He finally ignored them and did it anyway, to which they were sick over and he was in therapy over. And yeah, energy doesn't wait. We lose relationships, we lose jobs, we lose opportunities financially. We lose all sorts of things because we don't change our situation. We're in non-resonant situations and we don't do something about it. And believe me, the non-resonant energies are acting. They're quantumly entangling you. You're in a lawsuit. Well, there's nothing I can do about that lawsuit. I want to move on with this. I want to do this, but I'm in a lawsuit and I've got to wait till this is resolved. So you're patiently waiting while these opportunities are going by. Now, the other person, lower vibrational than you know what they're doing? Every night they're like, man, that lawsuit's going to turn out my way. Maybe they're going to fall over dead and I don't even have to go to court. And you're feeling sicker and sicker all the time. You know, maybe they're just going to give up. All the time you're saying, man, I don't even know if I'm going to win this. You have no idea why you're in this energy. You don't know why you're feeling bad. You don't know why you think that you don't stand a chance to win it when there shouldn't even be a lawsuit, really. But there you are, stuck in one, because you're allowing your energy to be pulled in a direction by somebody else who's lower vibrational than you, even. Because instead of taking a stand yourself and quantumly entangling the situation, and saying, no, this is my story and this is how it turns out, and putting out the energy yourself, I don't know how it's going to happen, but somebody somewhere in the court system is going to look at this and say, you know what? This should go this way. And this man should win this. And this shouldn't even go to court. And the man shouldn't even have to show up at the courthouse. Or this woman shouldn't even have to show up at the courthouse. I'm going to rule on this right now. Or the person is going to decide, you know what, I don't even know why I'm doing this. I'm being unfair. Something like that is going to happen. I don't know exactly what it is, but my higher self has got this. And I'm not even going to have to deal with this any further because it's holding stuff up. And I've got energetic hits to move on with my life. And therefore, this has to be resolved. Now, your brain is going to kick in and say, well, the world doesn't work that way. Yes, it does, because I just pulled all my energy out of that lawsuit and said, you know what? No, I'm not giving any more energy to this. It's had enough of me. That person's attorney and all their family that's pulling all that energy into it, and them and everybody else that they've got talking about it, and then your family that's talking about it, and all your friends that are talking about it, et cetera, et cetera. All that energy is going into it. And you're stewed because you're just standing back saying, yeah, I'm stuck in this lawsuit. No. You pull your vibrational frequency up. You've turned it over to your higher self. Your higher self is giving you all these things to do, and that lawsuit's standing in your way. That means that lawsuit should be gone. Your higher self would not give you all these other things that require that lawsuit to be gone unless that lawsuit was supposed to be gone. So you say, my story is that lawsuit's gone. And I don't know how my higher self is doing it, but I know how it feels. It feels great. Somebody calls me up or writes me or notifies me somehow that it is resolved. And I know how it feels. It feels amazing. And I know it's happening quickly because these other things, the timeline on those is like right now. So it can't be far down the line. And then when somebody in your family says things like that, don't I just either get on board with me or and then use the white light to push that energy back, reaffirm for yourself what you just said, and do not allow yourself to be pulled out of frequency. Do not fragment your energy. You stay quantumly entangled. Now, you can't act on someone else's energy. You can't say, Judge so-and-so is going to do such and such, and you can't do that because that's acting on someone else's energy. But you can say in general, I know this is generally going to happen, and it's going to feel this way. And then you feel it. And when somebody tells you that you can't feel that way, you say, watch me. I already feel it. You're saying it hasn't happened. It's happened here. I know it's what's going to happen. How it's going to happen, I don't know. But it's already happened. The energy just hasn't caught up yet. The molecules are working on it. You don't see it. But it's here. It has happened. It is so. And so it is, and so it is. And so it is. And that is quantum entanglement. We do it every day. The problem is we have been taught to do it totally the other way. We never speak that way. Instead, or seldom do we speak that way. Instead, we speak like I just did. We never do that. We are so conditioned and programmed to quantumly entangle everything against us. No more. Our words matter. This is the only part of the Akasha, the cosmic field, where everything was spoken into existence. The vibration of sound, the expression of physicality, all of our senses, light, color, taste, what we can feel, everything that our senses can detect, sensation, vibration, emotion, all of those things create our existence here. So all of those things that you put out are creating your reality. So we have to be very careful with them. We are very caught up in this thing about narcissists right now and our righteous indignation about it and telling everyone how rampant narcissism is, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. We're feeding that frenzy. Is it true? Has it been so? It has been so. But we're feeding that energy frenzy. Pull the energy from it and go forward. We're creating a collective conscious energy that is saying narcissism is here to stay. It's bad. When it happens, you're going to be, oh, it's going to be awful for you. Da, 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 da. That was a truth. It was a truth. Pull your energy from it, move forward. Before narcissism, it was codependency, and it was this, and it was that. And there's always something, because we are constantly expanding consciousness. And next week, it'll be something else, because we're constantly expanding consciousness. What I'm telling you today, tomorrow, I may pull up a video and say, okay, this is what we've got now, because we expanded consciousness. It came down in the collective, and this is how it is. Because we got the intuitive hit and the light bulb got improved. So this is how we do it now. It doesn't mean yesterday was wrong, but it means we've untangled that energy, and now we're going forward. And we're doing it differently, better, new, improved. But if we stay quantum entangled in that, we can't go forward and do this. Let it all go. Let it go. Pull your energy to yourself. Give everyone their energy back. Respect whatever level of conscious awareness they're in. Love and light to you. I'll see you Sunday for a meal at Mom's. And as soon as you start pulling me out of frequency, I'm going to politely leave. You don't have to be drama queen about it. Just don't let people pull you out of frequency. Don't tell them things if you know they're going to speak against it. Don't use your voice. Don't use your senses. Don't put out your vibration to people that are going to put out their vibration against it. And those people who are already vibrating against you, those people who are already vibrating against you, you know who they are. You know they're talking trash. You know they're putting out frequency against what you want. You put out what you want at a higher frequency, and you hold on to that, and don't you let go of it. The rules are, how would you want to be treated? Put that energy out. Do no harm. Don't act on anyone else's energy. We have to follow universal law, mutual respect, which is unconditional love. And when the loop starts, well, we don't get to do stuff like that. We tried that once. You remember how that went? Shh. We were in a different level of consciousness. We're not there now. We're one whole complete light being. We're not just a physical being with some energy coming down. We're operating at the highest level of conscious awareness, and it is expressing itself through us in physicality, as above, so below. As long as we're breathing, we're going to live in great big capital letters, and ain't nobody going to talk us out of it. We're quantumly entangling it. And we're not going to fragment our energy. And we're not going to let others quantumly entangle us in what they want. It's our lives, our stories. We're going to write them our way.